Hi guys, welcome back to Transits and Tactics. Are you ready for powerful emotional energy? Because it's here and there's nothing you can do about it. This is such an interesting solar transit. You might have not, maybe you were at its best expression and maybe you're at its worst, or maybe you're jumping between, the extremes, and that is normal. So keep calm and carry on. That's the only thing you can do. And also, it's an emotional energy. So, we're talking about a gate 22, which is known as the gate of openness. And this is the highest and the lowest of emotional expression. Again, this is not logical, this is emotions. It's really, really powerful. Why do you think in human design the emotional authority is the top authority? Because, when you are dealing with emotions, there's nothing you can do but wait. So waiting is really, really important during this transit, before you speak, before you act, just so you know that you have the emotional clarity, especially on serious decisions, So this can show this is all about transmitting the emotional spirit through one's mood. And these emotional waves, they can show in two ways. They can be very attentive. This is why it's a gate of openness. It can be so open to you. You can feel like, when this person or when someone, or maybe it's you, is focused on you and in good form and good mood, like the world feels better. I'm getting tingles as I speak about this. I'm in a very good mood. Maybe it's a really good moment in this transit to record this because you can really light up somebody's day. You can empower them. You can make another feel so deeply seen, so deeply connected. This is a really, really powerful manifestation of your impact. But also, of course, and imagine if you have it in romantic life, how it can show. It's a really powerful emotional energy, right? Really extreme. But then the other side is just as extreme. And I have to say, I'm a flatliner. I don't get angry. I don't experience emotional ups and downs. I'm kind of like, I always feel like I'm like on the flat line. This morning I woke up and the first thing I did is I freaked out at my husband. And then I thought, what just happened? All he wanted is to give me a hug. And I was just literally completely angry, and it's not normal. And it's only then it occurred to me, of course, this is the 22, because this energy is very volatile. It's not consistent, it can just switch. Everything could be beautiful and then bomb, and you're in the depths of the depths. And when we're talking about the low end of this wave, while on the top you can be attentive and open and very sociable, you can make somebody who is an outsider feel so accepted and loved and part of the group, right? But when it's on the dark side, this is not just sadness, this is not just melancholy, this is the utter darkness and despair and the worst possible feelings. And this can happen, but guys, feelings are feelings, right? That's why the authority for emotional authority, the strategy is to wade through the emotional wave, because we can't believe they're not real. They're not reality. Let's just say they are reality to live through them, but what they are bringing, these feelings, they are not necessarily the facts. So that's why we need to make sure that we are, first of all, be aware, because I think that when we're going through emotional gates, the solar transit, I have a completely open emotional center. So I don't have any activations. There's no specific theme that is playing, in my life. It's like it's all emotional. Maybe that's why this is all weird to me when I get all that extreme, either happiness or something. Happiness is good. But anyway, so there's a couple of ways to deal with this too, because this is an acoustic. It's a left ear gate. There's a couple of ways that you have to be aware. One is that it wants only to hear what it wants to hear within the mood. If you're in a bad mood, all you will hear is only the bad things. If you're in a good mood, only you will hear the best things of whatever is told. So if you really need to make a decision, or somebody's trying to talk to you, ask them to repeat. So you need to hear things several times over a period of time, again the emotional wave, right, to really have the full picture. Don't jump into any action or decisions because of this. And also, it's probably very important to, because it's an acoustic gate, make sure that you're not somewhere where acoustically you could be distracted. Like I woke up today, and then after a while, there's this construction happening in Tallinn, Estonia. Construction never stops for some reasons. They say that when they stop building, that the city will get flooded, and they take it literally. So I woke up at an 8:25, somebody banging at the door or in the wall, and it was just so, normally I'm okay with it, but today was just unacceptable. So acoustically you can get really triggered. Listen to your favorite music. Listen to the podcast that you'll maybe love. Something music is better in this way. I feel because again you have these waves and they can switch, and you can listen to someone talking and kind of respond to it in a very unpredictable way. But you can try and work with this, knowing that anything, like we have neighbors sometimes running around upstairs, so I know that's the moment for me to tune out, right? Emotional energy plus the acoustic sensitivity. It's a very, very strange combination. Then we have, on top of all this, we have also gate 47. And this is the gate of realization. So the gate 47 is a mental kind of energy, and it tries to to conceptualize past experiences. So it's all about, taking stock what happened, making sense of it, but it's very, very mental energy. So it's always better to use it for others. So you can be a great, not a sounding board, but a great guide. Let people talk at you, and you will, about their experiences. You will probably be someone who can, make sense and help them, guide them through this energy. But if you try to do it for yourself, it can also be very, very difficult. Plus, God forbid, if there's also going to be the low of our gate 12, gate 22, then you know, it could be difficult, right? If you don't have gate 12, which is actually a harmonic gate that creates the channel of openness, if you don't have that gate in your chart, you might find it very difficult for you to express verbally what you're feeling. So you could be frustrated, and if somebody, like, you don't even talk about this, it's just, not going to come out, right? Just be aware of that. You will know what you're feeling, but you will struggle to explain this. Maybe just if you're feeling, negative, remove yourself. Don't be antisociable externally. Just remove yourself and go hermit somewhere. And if you do have gate 12, then you are under this influence of the whole channel of openness, 2212. It's a manifesting channel, right? So things can happen. So whatever you're feeling, it'll come to manifest. So you need to wait before you act or speak, even more so. This is, again, emotions are going to the throat, right? So you're manifesting your feelings and desires. And it's a self-expression energy. So in the low expression, it can kind of show up as a very, very selfish individual energy, like as an individual circuitry. It's all about you. You do your own thing, and so just be careful how and where you express yourself. And this is just, it's not anything. Transits, like, they come and go, right? But when you know what's going on at that level, you just have a little awareness that gives you power and that gives you control, because it offers you a choice. You sense something is going wrong, you remove yourself. Or you're in the midst of a conflict, and okay, this is not you, this is the influence of this transit. So take a pause, wait a little, reconcile later. So let me just see my notes. Yeah, we're dealing with this emotional energy. It's also extremely, extremely impactful on the emotions of others, especially with the 1222, if you have that channel. So your guideline with that specific channel, if you have gate 12 in your design, is don't do anything if you're not in a mood for it. Because what mood you're in will manifest and affect everything that you're doing. There is more to this transit, and I know Anita is here to talk about the Pisces influence as well. So I'm really looking forward to that bit as well. Anita, your turn.
Yeah, absolutely. You made some great points there about it. This energy is really, this number and the gate 55 are two energies that are going to move us into learning about our emotional intelligence moving forward. The suffering created in this gate, it's the self-destruct gate. You know, you see someone going on a path of they're really angry and they're acting on the anger that it's really destructive, not just to them, but to the people around them. But the suffering, believe it or not, is from our misguided learnings about emotions is that it's the inability, the suffering is caused by the inability to accept responsibility for our thoughts and our emotions, right? So when we're negating emotions, oh, that's really negative. That's, you know, when we're actually generating resistance, that's storing these energies in the body. And you know, I had a fantastic example of this a number of years ago. I had a client who was suffering from chronic depression. Now, he wasn't coming to me for the depression, he was coming to me for energy work. But guess what happened? You can't talk this out. You need to shift your energy. You need to do energetic tools. You need energetic tools and techniques and exercises to clear the energy in your body. And it's part of, as Juliet said, it's manifesting energy. So it happens really quickly. This is karmic. And karma is what I'm putting out, I'm getting back. And with this energy, it's immediate. So it's very important to understand that your emotions are real, but they're not true necessarily. And connected to that gate 47, when they're both out of balance, the 47 is into stinking thinking and it's not possible. And oh no, it's not for me. And they can really send each other on a trip, a crisis trip
Yeah.
of all proportions, but a lot of it is based in judgment. And this is where the Piscean energies are coming in. We have Saturn that's conjunct to the Sun at the moment. Saturn is the disciplinarian. It's kind of there, look, here's a reality check. What's really going on here? What's this crisis all about? You know, is it true or are you just having a conniption or a tantrum? This would be the tantrum gate. And with those energies, we have Neptune in the gate 25. We have the nodes. So there's like a lot of Pisces highlighted here. And it's kind of saying, no, you need to connect with the energy. You need to stop putting mental um, um, meanings to your feelings, to your emotion. You need to start feeling it through because that's where you get past the crisis and into manifesting things that happen really quickly. And of course, we have Mercury coming retrograde at the end of the week. We have Venus retrograde, and they're coming through these energies. So we are getting an absolute, like I would say, deep clean in where are you storing emotions and beliefs that are based on judgment and other people's opinions, and where do you need to just be honest with yourself about how they actually impact you and start developing your own opinion, your own beliefs, your own opinions, based on what's true for you rather than the emotion because you know this is also the place where you know relationships this can create havoc in relationships because people want
Yeah.
to be emotionally connected, right? So I want to be in fear with you, I want to be in anger with you, I want to be in depression with you. It's just why we've mistaken emotional energy for the actual resonance of our inner yes, of our inner authority, and because we've judged it, we've kind of held the whole mess together. But my client, like when we did energy work with him, what happened was he had an open emotion, right? So he was living with his mother who was depressed for years. He thought he was depressed. He was taking in her depression energy, amplifying it, being treated for depression. And when we started doing the energy work, it started flipping for him. And when he moved out from his mum's place, his depression symptoms went away completely, right? This is the energy where the open emotion people don't like to face the truth. But the reality is, it's facing the truth that helps you step out of the crisis. Look, well, this is the way it is, and I have to accept it. It's the gate of, you know, so that's the thing with Pisces energy. It's very judgmental, can be quite critical, can be quite idealistic and perfectionistic. But the positive aspect of this is look, the quicker I accept that I'm pissed off about this, the better, because now that's allowing the emotion to flow again, and I can get to the truth of it.
Yeah.
So it's phenomenal energy. And yet, this is my business energy, would you believe it? And it's my husband's Chiron. So we have a lot of crises in our work before we have the calm. But it's super, super energy to receive your guidance
Mm.
when you can stay quiet. And that's what, you say about the emotion. It's self-destruct. It's like the Victorian age is the best way. I think Richard Rudd describes it. And he said, it's like everybody was all dressed up, they were all perfect, and they were all had a smile on their face, but they were seething inside because whatever practices, they just weren't suiting them. And they couldn't be honest about it because they would be shunned if they were. So I think that's a brilliant example of it, but also realizing talking about your emotions just generates more emotions.
True.
We we need to, and it's funny. It's just about, and I'm not negating any therapies or therapy because every therapy has its merit. Really, it's just realizing that with emotional energy that um, you can get stuck in a loop that's an external loop for you. You can spend your time blaming others for your suffering when actually just realizing that part of my suffering is not accepting that what they did to me was horrible or whatever. The other side of it though is the deafness. How would I put it? When we're in stress, it's a liability. When we're in balance, it's a superpower. So that deafness can be the deafness that keeps you in your creative groove, in your artistic groove, in your downloading of amazing material to bring forward for humanity to move forward. Um, and it's a very fine line between the crazy and the genius. Isn't that what they say?
It's
That's what
true.
there's a very fine line. And so that deafness when you are in your groove and doing your thing, and you hear Juliet saying this all the time, do it when you love it, do it when you're in the mood, and that's where you just need to close everything out. That's where the deafness is so fun because you're hearing your inner wisdom, your guidance, your angel guidance, your downloads, your realizations from the past of what worked and ooh, if I release the emotion from that pain from the past, that allows me to actually learn from this and move forward. And this is what all the energies in the chart are doing. South Node is the eclipse is in the South Node, which is where the past. The sun is in 22 and the gate 47 is the past. Pisces, all these energies are moving into Aries, so we're leaving go the past. So if you're fighting with it, if you're grappling with it, if you're in grief with your past, I would say just sit quietly, put your hand on your heart, and do I never say the hopo'ono, I'm not sure how you say that. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. That, right?
I'm not
And
even going to attempt to say it, but
yeah, I
I
know
know
I keep
exactly.
saying it wrong, but it's just that lovely forgiveness energy. And it's like just the release of the old, what you maybe not don't want to leave go. Just let it pass because when all this floods through, it's like I call it a cosmic flush. It's like flushing a toilet, unfortunate analogy, but all the crap goes away and there's new freshness left behind. There's new stuff ready to come in that's way better than it was before. And it's our clinging. The gate 47 is clinging to the thought process that holds us there. And of
Yeah.
course, that gate 47, um, th- I have this energy. And the power in this energy is understanding that it's actually in the aha, when you step back and stop looking for something or stop trying to find something, that it comes to you. So instead of mentally grasping, how am I going to do this? How is it going to work? Just go, well, I've got the guidance. I know what's for me, won't pass me. And I'm going to open up to the aha with respect to this thought.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really is amazing. Well, guys, listen, it's whatever way this transit, not everybody gets really deeply affected, or there could be just hints, or there could be like the full blown, rainbow of emotions right now for you. Hang in there. It's only a couple of days. The transit will go, and the whatever decisions you've made will stay. So I think that it's a really, really important, again, to say, wait before you speak, wait before you act. Waiting is not disempowering. Waiting is an advantage. It gives you an advantage. It makes you, gives you a better point of decision, of deciding something. You're not going to miss out on things that are meant for you. So waiting is good. It's just going to reveal if something is not meant for you while you're waiting, right? So people really resist it, but it's a really beautiful energy. And guys, we will see you in the next episode of Transits and Tactics. Good luck and see you soon.